Welcome. My name is Cindy Michael with MoneyMinder, and today we're going to talk about the 990. So we'll talk about what the 990 actually is to begin with, who needs to file it, when it's due, what information you're going to need to have on hand in order to file it, and what happens if you're late or if a predecessor didn't file it in a past year. Lots of ground to cover. So here we go. All right, what is the 990? So first of all, the 990 is an IRS form that tax-exempt charities and nonprofits have to file. So they do this annually, and that's how you maintain your status of being tax-exempt. There are three common types of 990 forms. There are more than three, but the three most common are what we call the 990N, the 990 Easy, and the 990, or some people refer to it as the long form. All right, who needs to file this? Like I mentioned before, any tax-exempt organization. So if the IRS has granted you tax-exempt status, you have to file one of the versions of the 990 each and every year. Which form you file depends upon your gross receipts. And gross receipts is money that's come into your bank account. So from any source that it's come from. So if you have gross receipts of less than $50,000 in the year, you will probably file the 990N. If your gross receipts are between $50,000 and $200,000, you'll likely file the 990 Easy. And if your gross receipts are greater than $200,000, then you'll probably file the 990 long form. Now, if you're not sure which form you should file, I would suggest going to the IRS's website and seeing what you filed in previous years, and I'll show you that in just a minute. All right, so your tax return for your organization is due by the 15th day of the 5th month after the close of your financial year. So let's make that a little easier. Let's say you have a July 1 financial year start. That's pretty common with PTAs. Then your tax return would be due November 15th. So, unless, of course, that falls on a weekend or a holiday, and in which case, it's due the next business day. All right, what are you going to need in order to file? Well, you're going to need your EIN number. You're going to need to know your tax year. So, like we mentioned before, is that a July 1 financial year start or not? You'll need to know the organization's legal name and mailing address. You'll need to know the name and address of a principal officer, so a president or a treasurer. The web address, if you have one, for your group. And if you file the 990N, you'll just need to check a box that says your group had annual gross receipts of less than $50,000 for that financial year that you're filing for. And if you are filing the Easy or the long form, and you're going to need your financials for the year. And that's where MoneyMinder comes in really handy. So hopefully you're using MoneyMinder. All right. What happens if you're late or if somebody didn't file in the past? Good. That's a good one. If you're late, you'll be sent a reminder by snail mail to the address that the IRS has on file for your group. Keep in mind that there are no penalties for late submissions. So let's say you go online right now and you check and you see that your group didn't file taxes last year. You didn't file a 990 last year of some sort, and it was due last November. That's okay. Just go online now and file it right now. Okay? Easy peasy. So keep in mind, though, that if you fail to file the 990 form, whichever version you're supposed to file, for 3 consecutive years, then you will lose your tax-exempt status, and that is not easy to get back. So be sure to file. All right, here's where you can go to look things up. Go to the irs.gov website, click on Charities and Nonprofits, and then click Search Organizations. And you can look up your group's past filings. You can see them in detail. You can search yourself for your group by either EIN or by name. So go take a look, see what's on file for your group, make sure you're all caught up and up to date, and get ready to file for the next year here soon if you do indeed need to file soon. I hope that was helpful. And I appreciate you taking the time to listen and watch this video. Thank you.